Hey everybody, today we are going to talk about irrigation systems, some of the difficulties with it, and what improvements you can make. We just received our new system in the mail and we're going to implement it in the crops we put in this weekend. Let's get started. So currently I have my hose hooked up to my outside spigot, which is connected to the well, which is on a timer. That works phenomenally. However, the hose, this is our third hose, has some issues. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're working with right now. You'll notice the water has done a really great job at watering the grass in this area. However, since we have these massive holes in the hose that are beyond repair, the water is not making it fully out to the crop. But we'll go ahead and look at the crops and what they're getting now too. As you can see, this is a dripper hose, and while it is dripping, it's really not putting out the maximum amount of water that these plants need to get started or maintain a healthy lifespan. So here's what we'll be changing out today. So here is the new system that we got. It comes with the hose, which is, I believe, over 80 feet of hose, which is good. There's different types of nozzles. You can mist, you can drip, or you can spray, whichever is appropriate for your crop, and it has all of the joints and the connectors that we need. So we should have everything we need to provide a good source of water for all of our crops. So as you just saw, we dug a trench to lay our hose in. We will be getting conduit to put it in to keep it safe while it's underground, but for now we just have the groundwork laid out, and that's going to lead, as you can tell, all the way out to where the garden is. Alright, so our irrigation system is in and complete, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how it works. As I mentioned, the irrigation system is run from a well. All of my outdoor spigots are run from a well. So this is it here inside. We've actually turned the switch for the well into a timer switch. So we have it set to run in the morning. It's best in Florida to run your outdoor watering systems in the morning so it doesn't evaporate from the heat and the sun. So currently it's set to run for about 10 to 15 minutes, and we can always adjust as needed. And this particular system actually offers 2 times that you can set, so if you really wanted to give it a night watering as well, that would be an option. So outdoor, we always leave the spigot on, and then the switch turns on and off by itself, which makes watering easy. So down here we have our outdoor spigot that I talked about. So this is run by the well, turns on and off with the switch indoors. We have a splitter here that each has 2 nozzles that hook up a 1/4 inch hose tied here with our teeny tiny zip ties, so you can turn this on or off. Since everything is run by the switch, we will be leaving these open, so once that comes on it can automatically run. We've also put all of these tubes here through the PVC piping that goes down into the ground, and then that actually runs under the ground all the way out to the garden bed. Reason for that is because we want to make sure that we're able to mow and the hose aren't in the way and not constantly having to disconnect and move it around. Alright, so now we're out here at the garden bed, and what we've done is we've run one line from the spigot all the way out, one for each row. The rows are 10 feet long, and what we found when we tried to put less nozzles to cover a greater distance was that we really didn't have enough water flow or water pressure. So what was intended to be a sprayer, we actually had to use as a dripper, and so we put one nozzle next to every seedling instead of putting them between and trying to get, say, a 6-inch span, because that really wasn't supported by the 1/4 inch line. But we did have enough to cover each seedling, and as you can see, each one drips right onto where the seedling is and provides enough water. Like I said earlier, we will have the water on for about 10 to 15 minutes every morning, and that should be plenty to get these babies going. Alright, for those of you who watched last week's video, you'll remember we planted some winter squash, also known as butternut squash, and I'm so excited to show you that after only 7 days, we already have sprouts. So here we have a couple. These were actually planted 12 inches apart, 2 seeds at a time, about 1 inch down. So as you can see, 7 days, enough water, enough sun, and we put the fertilizer in the soil, and they're already off and growing. We have a couple other sprouts in the peas as well, but they are so teeny tiny. We'll probably talk about them next time. Next week, we'll be planting wildflowers, which will act as a natural pesticide. And until then, remember, Jesus loves you.